Right now, as you're watching this, members of Congress are casting votes on House Bill 48-117. The name sounds boring, the consequences are not. This bill contains language that could strip green cards from people who have lived legally in the United States for years, decades, even stop. Read that again, not people who broke laws, not people who overstayed visas, people who followed every rule, paid every fee, attended every appointment, and still could lose everything. Here's what the bill actually targets. First, green card holders who spent more than 180 cumulative days outside the U.S. in any single year since 2020, not consecutive days, cumulative. That family emergency in 2022. Those 3 trips to see your sick parent. They're adding those up second. Anyone whose green card was sponsored by an employer that later went bankrupt, laid off workers, or restructured, even if you changed jobs legally. Even if USCIS approved your transfer. Listen carefully. Third, conditional green card holders. The 2-year cards who filed their I-75,1 removal of conditions but are still waiting for adjudication. The backlog created the delay. Now the backlog could cost you status. But there's one category nobody expected to see on this list. Diversity visa lottery winners from 2020 through 2024. The bill argues these green cards were issued during administrative irregularities and proposes a full review with suspension of status during investigation. That's not a policy tweak. That's a legal earthquake. Now before you panic, not everyone is affected equally. Some of you watching are completely safe. Some of you are at medium risk. And some of you need to take action within hours. Let me walk you through exactly what's buried in the text of this bill. These aren't the headlines. These are the triggers nobody's discussing. Trigger number 1, the travel accumulation clause. Here's the trap: you took 4 trips abroad in 2023. Each trip was 3 weeks. You thought you were safe because no single trip exceeded 6 months. Wrong. This bill adds cumulative calculation. 12 weeks across 4 trips equals 84 days. Do that 2 years in a row, you've crossed the threshold. Your green card gets flagged for abandonment review. A woman from New Jersey, frequent traveler. Valid green card since 2019. Could get a notice in March. Not because she did anything illegal, because the math changed. Trigger number 2, the sponsor collapse provision. Stop. This one is critical. If the company that sponsored your green card filed for bankruptcy, merged or conducted layoffs exceeding 30% of workforce, even years after you got your card, you're now in a review category. The bill treats this as unstable sponsorship origin. A tech worker in Seattle whose company downsized in 2023, his green card from 2021 is now under review. He hasn't worked there in 2 years. Doesn't matter. Trigger number 3, the conditional status backlog trap. You filed your I-75.1 to remove conditions on time. USC is behind your receipt notice, keeps you legal. This bill changes that if adjudication exceeds 24 months, conditional residents get reclassified as pending status, which limits travel, employment authorization renewal, and triggers additional biometrics. Here's the trap: you did everything right. The system delayed, now you pay the price. Trigger number 4, the diversity visa review. This one shocked immigration attorneys across the country. DV lottery winners from 2020 to 2024 are now subject to retroactive review. The bill claims processing irregularities during COVID-era operations. Listen carefully. If your green card came through the lottery during those years, you could receive a review notice requiring you to resubmit original documentation while your status is paused. Trigger number 5, the public benefit look back. Did you receive pandemic unemployment stimulus payments, emergency rental assistance? The bill proposes a 5-year look back on public benefit usage, even benefits that were explicitly available to green card holders. Okay, let's figure out where you stand. I've broken this into 3 zones: green, yellow, red. Be honest with yourself as we go through this green zone. Low risk, you're likely safe if all 3 apply to you. 1. You've held your permanent green card, not conditional, for 5 or more years. 2. You haven't traveled outside the U.S. for more than 90 cumulative days in any single year since 2023. Your sponsorship was family-based, not employer-based, or your employer remains operational with no major layoffs. If that's you, breathe your action this week. Download your I-94 travel history from CBP's website. Save it, screenshot it, store it somewhere safe. That's your proof if questions ever arise. Yellow zone, medium risk. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. You're in the yellow zone if any of these apply. When you traveled internationally, more than 120 cumulative days in any year since 2022, your employer-sponsor experienced restructuring, mergers, or workforce reductions, even if you've since changed jobs. 3. You received any form of public benefit during the pandemic, including unemployment or emergency assistance. Stop, don't panic yet. Your action this week. Gather every document related to your green card approval, employment verification letters, tax returns from the last 5 years, any USCIS correspondence, put them in one folder, physical and digital if you get a review notice. Response time is 30 days. You won't have time to collect documents. Then red zone, high risk. Listen carefully, you're in the red zone if any of these apply. 1. You won your green card through the diversity visa lottery. Between 2020 and 2024. 2. You're currently on a conditional green card with a pending I-75-1 that's been processing longer than 18 months. 3. You've spent more than 180 cumulative days abroad in any single year and haven't filed for a reentry permit. If you fall into the red zone, there's one thing you must do before midnight tonight. Contact an immigration attorney. Not tomorrow, not this weekend. Tonight, words matter. One wrong sentence at the airport can trigger secondary inspection. One right sentence can end the conversation in 30 seconds. Here are 7 phrases you need to memorize. Phrase 1 at airline check-in. The agent hesitates, looks at your passport, types something, frowns. Say this: my green card is valid and current. I'm a returning permanent resident. Here's my I-55.1 stamp and my travel history. Print out, do not say. Is there a problem that invites problems? Phrase 2 at CBP. Primary inspection. The officer asks why you traveled. Keep it short. Family visit. I maintain my residence in the United States throughout. Stop talking, don't over-explain. Don't volunteer extra details. Phrase 3 if they mention travel duration. Here's the trap. They'll say you were gone a long time. Respond calmly: my trip was planned and temporary. My permanent home, employment, and tax. Residents are all in the United States. That sentence covers the 3 things they're evaluating. Homework, taxes. Phrase 4 if sent to secondary inspection. Stay calm. This is not denial. This is verification. Say this when seated. I'm happy to cooperate. I have documentation showing my ties to the United States. If that would be helpful, don't argue. Don't show frustration, offer solutions. Phrase 5 if asked to sign something you don't understand, stop. This is critical. Never sign anything you haven't read completely. Say this: I want to cooperate fully. May I have a moment to read this document carefully before signing? You have that right, use it. Phrase 6 if you need extra time, language barrier. Medical issue, elderly parent traveling with you. Say this: I need a few additional minutes due to my specific situation. I want to provide accurate information. Officers are trained to accommodate, but you must ask clearly. Phrase 7 if you're outside the U.S. right now, you're abroad, you're watching this. You're worried about returning before your flight. Email yourself this sentence: I am a permanent resident, returning to my primary residence in the United States. Screenshot your lease, your utility bill, your pay stub. Carry proof of ties. This is the part that matters most. Everything I've told you means nothing if you don't act tonight. Not next week. Here's your 60-second survival checklist. Action 1, download your travel history. Go to the CBP I-94 website. Enter your information, download every record. Screenshot it, save it to your phone and your email. This takes 2 minutes. Do it before you sleep tonight. Action 2, build your green card emergency folder. Inside this folder, you need copy of your green card front and back, your passport bio page, your most recent I-94 last 3 years of tax returns, employment verification letter dated within 90 days, lease or mortgage statement 1, utility bill showing your U.S. address, physical folder at home, digital folder in your email, both. Action 3, check your I-751 status. If you file to remove conditions, log into your USCIS account right now. Check the receipt date, calculate the months. If you're past 18 months waiting, you're in yellow zone. Past 24 months. Red zone, screenshot your case status. Add it to your folder. Action 4, identify your risk zone. Be honest. Green, yellow, red. Write it down. Knowing where you stand is half the battle. Action 5, consult an attorney. If you're red zone, not a paralegal, not a notario, a licensed immigration attorney. Many offer free 15-minute consultations. Use that tonight, tomorrow morning at the latest. This bill could move fast, weeks, not months. Action 6, set a news alert. Search HB 4817 immigration bill and create a Google alert. You need to know the moment this passes or stalls. Information is protection. Now I need something from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me which zone you're in: green, yellow, or red. No personal details. Just the color. I read every comment. And I'm building a follow-up video based on what you're facing. If this helped you, share it with one person who needs it. One share could save someone's status. Subscribe, hit the bell. I'm posting updates the moment this bill moves. Stay prepared, not paranoid. I'll see you in the next one. This video uses an AI generated voice and avatar for presentation purposes. This content is not affiliated with USCIS, DHS, CBP, or TSA. This is general information only and does not constitute legal advice. Consult a licensed immigration attorney for guidance on your specific situation.